Well, we'll adopt the agenda. And all in favor? And adopt the last minutes for the regular meeting held on April the 21st, 2020. April 21st, 2020. All in favor? Our general business plan.
Oh, just
General business.
Or general business, sorry. I don't know why I said general business plan, sorry. Anyway, we don't really have anything right now on the general business plan, do we? Just on that.
I assume we're supposed to go over that, but
Okay.
I don't know if we have any quotes or anything yet.
What's that? Let me see that.
As soon as your budget's passed, these guys said they'd come.
Okay.
Just
We're good.
Okay.
Get out of the way while we have time.
Okay, and then LED requirements for the tools for 2,000 or more. And a post hole digger.
which I think you could rent out.
And I think we could
I
rent
think
that.
we
We
should
talked
just
about
rent
that.
that.
Rent or borrow from
Yeah.
wherever,
Yeah.
for the number of posts we need.
Actually, a guy in town that has a business here to dig them too, so
Oh, well, there you
if you
go.
want.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I think-
that's.
You just drove past me.
Yeah.
And the 4x4s for replacement at the campground.
James, didn't you say that's just like regular maintenance? James, sorry, Ken?
Yeah, that should just come out of our.
Or there's general maintenance, I think that we could pull it out of there.
Did you hear that, Ken?
No, I guess not.
They're asking if the replacement posts at the campground, if that would just come out of general maintenance, sorry?
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's where I
Okay.
would think that, yeah. And then the T&C surplus,
Sumpless.
or sumpless pit at the well. And then the snow blower and broom for the 1435 front load. We have the sidewalk, same amount or more. And then we've got junction at M&M's, a culvert in junction 3. A quote by Mike Kalushka here for paper quote for cement works, but it was higher. Sterling for pavement on Railway Avenue, First Street and Kluk Avenue. Water plant, reservoir cleaning, and approximately $3,500. Bill will get a quote. Skate system, digital tracking, and remote access to phones. Half of the LED.
Half ton. I
Half ton, I would think that would be half for the LED, but I've been thinking that's half ton. Zero turn, expensive for repairs, still more issues with starter, and it never ends.
Okay, I got a question about that. Because on here it says actual for 19 was $29.68 for expenses for that zero turn. So something doesn't add up.
Yeah. I'm not sure, because I know there was a lot of things that were put under warranty, but whether that warranty is now up, I'm not
yeah, that's
aware of it.
That'll be something to further investigate
Brigade,
further, I would think.
I would think that we have to look at that.
And the fire department isn't really.
No, that's not.
that we do a separate budget.
And all the water is just
Do we know
for
any-
info.
Green team, do we know any more about that?
No,
No, but I got an email that said as soon as they were done, like they would let us know.
Who's that?
Like Rochelle Squires.
Green team? Like,
Well, that's like a minister. She sent the email
like a
saying that
minister,
they were
oh.
working on it. Yeah. So, I'm guessing we'll get, but when it would start, I'm guessing it wouldn't start till July, because we
No,
gotta
I'll
make
just-
sure we got the procedures in.
Okay.
What do you see?
Just grass is a little different.
And we don't really look at that, yeah, and then we just got the green team, not sure if funding would, but we'll go through as per government.
I'm guessing we'll
Get
but-
more information.
well, we do,
Yeah.
they said they're processing.
Oh, yeah,
so
they'll be,
they're coming.
yeah, it never, slow, right.
And they're doing a second round of intakes too.
Oh,
So if you
really?
didn't apply the first time, you can apply.
Well, I give them
Give
They're
me a
giving
second
other
go.
places a chance too.
With the COVID and everything, I suppose that's probably the case, so,
We were first round, we should
We
get
should
for
get
sure.
it early.
yeah,
But it won't start till July, I'm sure.
okay. I don't see anything else as they've done. Fire department, well, that's basically, that's
their own.
not, yeah.
Not their own.
I can see that would be the, basically, we're at the end of that part of it.
I think we just need those two, hey?
Yeah, and like I said, this one was here last week,
Right,
and as soon as.
Do we have all the numbers on it?
We had before, and I think they
Still
said they
good.
would, yeah. And we
Okay.
had that.
And we're okay with our federal gas tax and that stuff?
I think so. We'll have to for sure find out.
So we have to try and pass something on that tonight to get them to go ahead and do it for the paving.
Yeah, we should ask Ken. Ken, are you there?
Can I throw out a couple of things about the quotations that we're getting?
Yes, thank you.
One is in regards to the paving.
Yes.
yeah,
The fellow's been out, he's talked to Bill, and we're going to get a new quote. I was a little concerned that we went with last year's quote, that with the reduction in the oil, that we might have been leaving on a deal.
Okay.
We're going to in the process of getting that together for us, and the fellow's doing the sidewalk repairs is also preparing a new quote, as I understand it.
Okay, so for the sidewalk, we need those two quotes again. We had one from Cement Works and one from Mr. Halushka.
School, yeah.
Okay?
Good. Okay, good.
Thank you.
And this is my last meeting with the Benito Committee. I'll just bring it up again that the Benito Water Treatment Plant water rate study is underway. Bill Wow from Way to Go Consulting is doing the study, and he's just getting started into it. And the engineering assessment study is being done by an engineer from the Water Services Board. I'm not sure, it could be with COVID-19, that they're a little slow on the job, but it's in the books, and he will be coming up to do an on-site visit, hopefully within the next couple of weeks, and he'll be contacting Bill to make those arrangements.
okay.
That's for the landfill?
No, for the water.
Water plant.
Water
Plant
plant.
still? The rate study, it's two separate plants.
The rate study's being done by
Yeah.
Way to Go Consulting. You
Yeah.
got that?
Yeah.
And the other one was,
And the radios for the fire department are in the process of being ordered, the heat map replacement radios. Yeah, so you guys have a handle on that. It's not a direct cost to you folks, but just so you know, it's in the works.
Total of 3 radios?
3 radios, yeah, that's correct.
Hey, Curtis, you're on that fire department. What do you think about 3 versus 5? Should we have gone with 5?
I could see 3 base units for in the vehicles and 2 mobiles. Because you're not always in a vehicle. What's the price of them, I guess? Lots, I
So
understand.
it's a one-time deal that they're getting, and so
no.
I know it was Counselor Dave that talked to somebody on the Swan River Fire Department, and they had indicated that we didn't need 5. All we ever did was talk to 911. However, having said that, I checked with the fire chief in Minnedosa, and they have a fire agreement with the municipality I live in, and one other one. And he indicated to me that, they talked to 911 using that system, but they also talked to the other fire departments on that system. They talked to police and they talked to ambulance.
Correct.
When it comes to mutual aid, he says you can't do that. He thought that. Well, I asked him, I said, "Do you think we're selling ourselves short?" And he said, "Well, it wasn't his place to say." I kind of put him on the certainly sounded yeah.
Well,
So I'm going to be talking to council about this.
Yet I talked to the Reeve of Hanover, I want to say, and they were only getting 3, and they're bigger than us. So
Minnetonka, I know, was going.
Yeah.
said Minnetonka is getting 3 as well.
In lots of parts of your municipalities, I've been at the meeting, and I don't know, in Mendoza's case, VHF doesn't work that well, and they can't talk to other departments. And we call it mutual aid all the time, and vice versa. We have numerous grass fires and brush fires and stuff that guys are always going out on. He said there's no way that they could live without them. He said if you don't have the VHF and you're trying to talk to other departments that don't have that same channel, you're hooped. He also indicated that the province has a province-wide VHF system and it doesn't work at all very effectively. So I'm not sure if we're selling the fire department short. All I know is that for $4,000 or $5,000 capital or layout, because the province is picking up all the operating costs, all the hookup costs are being absorbed by Motorola and LNTS. That's so it's a one-time purchase. We managed to get them to hold on to their quote that they gave us back in February. And my fear is that if they're out of team and they need extra resources and they don't have good communications, somebody dies, it makes that $4,000 or $5,000 capital investment look pretty cheap.
I agree with you, Ken.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Ken, I agree with what you're thinking is there. It might be.
I've been involved for a period of 8 years with 2 different ambulance associations back in the day before they went with the province. Communication was always our biggest hang-up.
No,
And
for sure.
if you do something, I don't know, it's just my opinion. I think that I'd sure like our council to reconsider that decision. At least reconsider it. And if they say, oh, we're good with 3, then so be it. But I'd sure like to see them reconsider it.
It's cheaper to do it now than try to find.
Table at the next regular meeting.
Okay.
I guess we're running short of time. We'll have to skip out Ken, myself, and Carrie to the council meeting. Does everybody understand clearly what we did on the Riley issue? The question?
No.
I talked to individuals and, just let everybody know that initially it was a misunderstanding, and so it's going to be on a call-in basis. Is that fine with everybody?
So it'll be just and basically you're understanding this correctly, he'll be a casual basis, is that correct, James?
That's right, yeah, until we have further notice.
Okay, because...
And that's in writing, so it's made quite clear and it's in writing as well.
Okay.
So that's good.
And that's good because...
From who? Further notice from? Further notice from
You
who?
folks had asked about it, so we followed up on it, and there was a misunderstanding, so it's clear now.
Yeah.
You're saying until further notice from who?
Okay, if I could just jump into number 4, service plan. What we'd like the committee to do tonight is consider what you want to do for future meetings with council, regularity, how often you want them, when you want them. Just give us a thought tonight, and let's, as I said before, it's always been one of my commitments is to try and get council and you folks together at the table a lot more often and get these, again, communication. It seems to me that in the past, a lot of things can be put on that back burner and left to sit there and simmer, and it's done nothing but create hard feelings and mistrust. So I think it behooves the committee members to initiate this. Here's when we want to meet, here's how often we want to meet, run it by council, say, that's great, we'll set it up.
Okay.
And go from there. And it might take, maybe it doesn't work for a couple of people, but at least get talking about it, and then get that over to council, and then we can roll from there and set up, not just on a moment's notice, because that never works. They'll just be left to drag out and say, on this day,
And in your past experiences or in the past, Ken, like, would once a month be enough, or is it like, or is that too much, or I'm not sure exactly, like.
I think that initially start with once a month. At the first meeting should, and then go from there. And if you don't feel it's enough, then bring it back to council and say, okay, if you're only spending an hour at it, it should be 2 hours, or we should be having another meeting maybe twice a month, just to get straightened out as to where we want to see this thing end up. And I know Brad's done an awful lot of work with the checking around the province. A lot of my old compatriots have called me and said, you know, what's going on up there? But that's all right. That's great. But there's got to be something. You've got the LUD of Boston, for instance, which is your probably very fast financially presentable LUD in the province of Manitoba. And then from there, it gets different all the way down the line. It's not quite that sweet a deal, if you will. So that's something you guys can work towards.
I think the meeting the meeting schedule, and to Ken's point, whether it's once a month or whether it's 1 hour or 2 hours, will depend how those milestones go once you reach those. You know, if you set up what you want to talk about each month and we're not completing those, then we have to have more meetings or longer meetings.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think that you're probably correct. So it's just, well, we can vote on it. That's just my opinion. I'm thinking if we can, because we're going to have a couple months here where we're going to try to get these things resolved. I'm thinking at least once a month would probably be sufficient to try and get our, information across and make sure that everybody's on the same page where we're, and going in the right direction.
And I don't want to belittle this thing, but Brad's done an awful lot of work here. So make sure you guys go to the table prepared, and have a good idea of. It's going to be little baby steps, perhaps.
Right.
You just have a good idea of where you want to be at the end.
Right. Because we don't want to jump into the pool with both feet and hammer down. You know. I guess that's the next thing. And should we be getting some information or working on some information probably from I know there's an LUD committee that is available to the different from the province in Brandon, and also available is the AMM as well. Those would be two good sources to start with as well. I would think that they could start to guide us in the proper direction as well, eh?
Absolutely. There's lots of resources out there.
Yeah, and we might well.
And then make your presentation. I'm going to sign off now, guys, because it's getting close to 7:30. I know you get up and you got some more work to do. So best of luck to you, and it's been great meeting you, and I wish you all the best in the future. And we'll see you some other time.
Alrighty, Ken.
Okay, Ken.
Thank you.
I know.
Okay, with you guys. Have a good meeting.
Alrighty.
You're done.
Nap time. Just like that.
I'll phone them at 7:30, I guess.
In another 4 minutes. I was going to say 3-4 minutes. Yeah.
Basically, that boils down to we knowingly below our budget or we don't bill our time for them.
Yeah.
Well,
So.
you can't, I think that you didn't put your
We have
budget to
$1,000 for seminars too.
Yeah,
right?
but you
Did we
didn't
leave
put
that
your
in?
budget to the penny either, did you?
No, it should have some space.
Well,
in
you know
there.
what, I'll talk to James about it tomorrow and then see, because you don't want, yeah, because it's your time.
Mhm.
It's owed to you, it's your time, so, but
Anyway,
Some of the time that I don't have a problem
it's an
putting
extra
in.
meeting once a month. It's not like,
If we're moving forward, it's not an issue.
And yeah, I'm thinking like
Chasing our tail, that's when it
this
gets-
is my
Yeah,
opinion.
I
Like
know.
if we had to do that,
We'll figure
we
it
are paid well enough to what we do.
No,
If we had to take a little extra time, I think the only thing we should be paid for is mileage. And then if it's going to run into,
well, even all those
Situation,
ones that
so.
I've been doing over the phone, I haven't been charging a penny for, because I'm at home, I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
So, but there's other ones that are
Oh, for sure. And I mean, there's
that are charging over the
So,
phone.
there's
And
give and
I'm thinking, well, I sat on the phone for 2 hours, but I'm at home. So I'm not gonna charge for that, but I write it down, like, oh, I had a health foundation meeting, but I don't charge for it, so. But I don't really expect you guys to do that, so we'll figure it out. I'll just have him have a look at it and see how much.
I don't remember. Did
Can
we
I
leave
see,
$1,000
do
for
you remember how
seminars?
much you actually spent last year on your?
There's 12,
So you actually spent that, eh?
just pretty close.
And
Yeah,
then we
we-
budgeted that, eh?
We left it at 13, right?
And I believe we
Yeah, so
we
you-
budgeted another $1,000.
But if you
for
budgeted the
LUD
seminar one,
committee
we never
seminars.
do, so we can figure it out.
Right in here,
We'll figure it out.
We did leave that though,
I
right?
believe
Because
we
if
left
it's only an
that.
hour here and an hour
I believe this is the
there,
updated
As
page.
long as it's a-
If it's only an
positive
hour here and
meetings,
an hour there, you still have enough to go for a while.
I'm not overly worried about it.
No, neither.
This one says
I
the
just
same
didn't
thing,
know.
$1,000. So I think that we're okay with that, with some of that. So,
I know.
because we definitely have to start stepping forward with that, and try to make sure that we can get it going in the right direction.
Okay. So do we have a resolution? Do we have to pass this, or we already passed it? That's what I'm.
We passed
We passed
passed
it,
For
but
which?
your service.
service plan.
That's what I thought we were talking to James about while he was on the phone.
Like, is there a resolution there for that? In your file?
I don't think
No.
we signed a resolution for it last time. And I think
As
we
a
need to sign that
persistence of-
resolution or it's
Yeah,
gonna
no.
get hung up in Swan. And as much as I wanna argue, I want it over.
Well, you know,
When
it's,
you
Well,
phone
we
in,
came a long way anyway.
you know what,
did.
and you know what, and there's,
You know,
we did come a long way,
did
and
you not
nobody,
ask that when you phone in?
Yeah.
and nobody, period,
I gotta go to your
wants to
desk.
go, to pay any more money. Doesn't matter what we do. And it doesn't, I don't care who we are, we're all the same. And sometimes these things costs are skyrocketing, especially the landfills and stuff like that. It's getting to the point where it's off the charts. So
Well-
I think that maybe we're gonna have to take a recess, because Carrie's got
I'm sorry.
to phone, and then we should
Take a recess.
just,
stop that thing.
yeah.
Take a recess.
I don't know how to,
I don't know.
do you just press pause here, or what? Somebody?
Was signed, he talked to all. So was
Okay,
it- That's what started, that's when it ended.
so I understand it, and they've adopted our service plan that is correct, right, Carrie? So that, and it's as we agreed previously written, so. I guess that then we don't have any committees or open forums for that, so.
I don't think I do. Just
No,
about that paving that I knew. But
Right.
like Ken says, we need the new quote, so.
Well, which
But
makes sense.
Price might
it
go
sounded
down.
really good that he could come.
Well, they're in the valley.
Yeah.
They're in the area.
That's
Area.
why I said we have to.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I think if they get quotes, we could call a 10-minute meeting just so we don't miss
yes,
them.
let's do that, yeah.
So-
Yeah, and then we can get,
Yes.
and look
Yeah.
at the federal gas tax money
And
to
for
spend on
the,
that.
same for the.
Yeah, because
Yes,
they're gonna get busy.
yes, and make sure we know where it's coming from.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because, and we got.
Yeah, make sure we know that it's coming out of the gas
Yeah, federal
tax,
gas
yeah.
tax, and which is a good thing, because then if we can, that sidewalk is another thing, and I
I
understand.
don't know about the sidewalk, but let's just,
Get that paving, it's
I
gotta
don't
get
think
done
the
on
sidewalk
the
can come
railway
over
and
there.
Kluk, and all that has to be done.
but let's look.
I mean, it would be good for all of us to get those things, get it looked after.
No, not this year. We're gonna work that in. Baby steps.
I suppose.
I do for you.
Yeah.
Then your dad's gonna want.
We've done that, remember?
Yeah. So once we get, I think once we get some quotes on that paving, and since Sterling's in the area, we can revisit that and make sure that we know what we're looking at and where the money's coming from, so.
I guess my biggest concern is that Toro, but he says the starter's acting up, which is fine, if that's the case, but when we have a total expense of $32 last year.
Yeah, I understand their concern, and that's exactly
and I
what I
think we
said.
I
kept
just
our
find that
money.
hard to believe because remember there was other things.
This is the first I've heard of it, is
We hadn't heard anything about problems with it, but
Yeah, well that's right.
nickel and dime.
we left the money in the budget, right?
I believe so.
So if they can prove to us there's a problem,
Yeah.
We can always
We're-
revisit
we're
it.
com-
Yeah.
Yeah, we can, yeah, exactly.
Because that can stuff, anything can possibly happen.
No, exactly.
You know,
Well, it's like farming.
yeah, well,
We
exactly.
don't budget for a breakdown, but it
No,
happens.
but it
We didn't
happens.
budget for the combine tire to fall off last year,
No,
but it happened.
But it happened, yeah. And those things happen. And I see that with me lots. Everybody wasn't planning to wrap it around a hydro pole or anything else either. So those things do happen.
Some people do plan.
But yeah,
Yeah.
anyway, that's where we're at with that. So
So I'll make sure that it's.
I guess there's really nothing else that we need to commend on that. Does anybody else have any open, or have any comments, or have anything that they want to enlighten us on, or anything else? And we're all at this. I know one thing my dad said, he said we should check into, and he says that it is something to look into, Carrie, and I'm not sure. It would be like Manitoba Hydro, we get paid under the ground for all the lines that run for natural gas.
We get this.
And we get paid a portion of that from the provincial government for taxes for that.
But I've never seen.
Yeah, and I never get
And
it.
I asked about that, about the the government road
Government.
allowance,
Yeah.
where they put the, where we put calcium down, because we
Right.
have to put calcium down
Yeah, yeah.
because that line's there.
Yeah.
So then I said, why can't these guys, that's their line, and
Wouldn't
I don't
that
think
be
we get
just-
any,
Underground would just be an easement, wouldn't it? It's only if they come up and put a pedestal or something.
yeah, I don't think,
know,
I
like
don't,
Dad said that there was something that was paid like from Sask Energy and something that was also paid from.
Yeah?
Now
I think that's when it initially goes in, there's a, and then
It
one
might be
time,
it might be an in and
When they
out, I don't
disturb
know.
it.
Yeah.
it's same as when they come across ours,
Yeah, yeah.
when
Yeah.
they came across that
Uh-huh.
line,
Yeah.
it was a one-time,
It's just a one shot.
and
Yeah.
it wasn't very much.
Yeah.
Like, I think honestly, I wanna say he got,
Yeah. Well,
Like I would think up by the gateway
And it went
across
all
the road
across.
there,
Yeah.
that probably gets an annual because it takes that chunk of land.
take a
Right.
here.
That's
But
probably a
underground
rental
is-
fee.
Yeah, so underground is just
Yeah,
when they
so
disturb it.
I don't
after
know,
that,
but
it's on
it's,
you.
but I
It's-
did
you know what,
ask
it just,
about
you know what,
that.
it just doesn't hurt to check, because it says if
Yeah.
it is, there's.
Could be money just laying
There's just
there.
money there. It's just.
I don't think it is. I think
No,
it
yeah,
was,
but-
they were allowed at the time, because that was
That, you
when
may be right. And
they
and
were
he
allowed
just
to
said-
dig, they paid whatever, they put the road back the way it was,
Repurposed.
Yeah.
and
then-
then, yeah,
I remember
it-
years ago,
It won't be
Grandpa
wrong.
got from MTS, same thing.
Yes.
When they rolled through, they paid so much once.
but once,
Yeah.
and then that was it.
Yeah, and I know that there was something like that, and I had happened with mine when I
But like
lived on
Brad
the
says,
end.
up at the
was-
corner, that might
Yeah.
be a yearly thing,
Mhm.
because it's disturbing a piece of, yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't
Yeah.
hurt to ask.
But I have asked about the
Yeah.
calcium, so I
Yeah.
know that didn't happen.
And what was the other thing? Oh, I know like I know that we've applied or sent that in, for our weed control on CN and all
Mm-hmm.
that too. So, I mean, that's a little money that,
They get billed a
Yeah,
couple
they-
$100 a
yeah.
year.
yeah, so we get that. So it's just little bits in here and there. So
Yeah,
every little bit helps, and every little bit counts. so.
it's mostly just grass cutting over there.
Yep. I know that they.
I know they pay usually.
And anybody else have any other comments or anything like that? I guess I could throw it around the table. It's up.
Make sure they.
And yourself, Curtis, do you have anything else that you want to
No,
add? to the
nothing
meeting?
to add, no.
Okay. And like I said, we don't have any committees or reports right now for open forum, because basically with COVID-19 and all the other things that go along with it, so. And Brad, do you have anything?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. And Carrie? And,
No, good.
nothing. Okay. So
How much does that give you?
we will
Because ours isn't much more.
Was it-
adjourn the meeting
But
and let you guys sign this up.
that's not-
Resolved that the meeting shall be now adjourned at 7:57 p.m. Next meeting will be scheduled on Tuesday, June 16th at 2:20 at 7 p.m. here in the council chambers in Benito. All in favor?